In Inside Out, the emotion Joy's entire life is focused on ensuring her girl Riley remains upbeat, at peace, and thrilled to be alive, but when a disaster occurred in Riley's mind, something strange occurs. After Joy, Riley's imaginary friend Bing Bong, and Riley's most important defining memories fall within the memory dump, a place where entities of the mind are forgotten, Joy breaks down and cries. Joy, an emotion who is meant to be the epitome of happiness, somehow can express a feeling other than the one she embodies. But how can this happen? Hello, I'm Isaac from Wotso Videos, where we discuss fun topics for fun people. I'm focused on spreading the magic of Disney, so to do that today, I'll be theorizing on how Joy cries. By the way, if you'd like to learn more about Joy and the inner workings of Riley's mind, after the video, I provided all of the links to the movie and the resources I used in the description. Emotions and feelings are something that I find fascinating because of the complexity behind them. Over time, as I have memories and emotions that have seemingly uncontrollably dominated my mind, I've begun to inquire on how I can take control of my thoughts so I can always remain satisfied with the state of my subconscious. I never want to feel like I have lost control or have forgotten I can live with happiness like Riley almost experienced. After falling down into the deepest depths of Riley's mind, Joy desperately attempts to climb out of the memory dump, running and scraping up the discarded memories, but no matter what she did, Joy and Bing Bong were stuck down there, and if they didn't get out soon, they would be forgotten forever. Even when she knows she can't get out by running or climbing, Joy does attempt to continue to positively reminisce on some of the great memories she created with Riley until she finally collapses under the realization of her situation. Sure, technically Joy in this moment is producing tears of joy, but these tears are not a mechanism to help her cope with a highly positive experience. Joy cries tears of sadness, for she loves Riley and worries what will happen if she can never make Riley happy again.
I just wanted Riley to be happy.
You see, each emotion in Riley's mind serves a purpose to better or protect Riley's life. Fear ensures Riley remained a suitable distance from danger. Disgust keeps Riley from being poisoned physically and socially. And anger manages situations to make them fair for Riley. Joy, on the other hand, ensured Riley remained her laughing, smiling, caring, and happy-go-lucky self, but if Joy was forgotten, she would no longer be able to fulfill that purpose. And Joy feels if she fades away like the thrown-away memories in the memory dump, making her unable to support Riley any further, then she would be letting Riley down. Joy feels like she has failed, but how is it possible her depressing realization brings her to tears? Previously, we had always seen Joy as a happy leader who does her best to turn situations around for the better, but this moment seems to get to the best of her as she succumbs to her painful feelings. And this is what I was really hung up on. Thoughts and feelings often don't make total sense at first, and dealing with those thoughts and feelings in a healthy way is something that will likely be a struggle I, Riley, and I'm sure many others will deal with. But it's a natural ordeal that gets better with experience, time, and maturity. I believe Riley's growing maturity, that is transitioning her from an adolescent mind to one that is more developed, plays a large role in the explanation for how an entity focused on spreading joy could be brought to tears. In the developed mind of Riley's parents, we get a glimpse at how adult minds process the world. Here, each emotion works together to support and guide the person they exist within.
Uh-oh, she's looking at us. What did she say?
What? Oh, sorry, sir. No one was listening.
Even though all of the emotions still possess their fundamental functions to help the person they guide, no emotion is ever in full control, allowing all emotions to contribute their ideas equally.
He's making that stupid face again.
I could strangle him right now.
Signal him again.
In these minds, emotions have become similar to one another and work together to make decisions, so the panel is much larger in both adult minds. With this large console and a group of cooperating emotions, the person's mind is capable of processing and expressing more complex feelings and actions. Each emotion understands the importance of and can relate to all of the rest, allowing for successful communication between them. In the mature adult subconscious, the emotions know they all have the person they are within's best interest in mind, so they work together to help them. At first, we see Riley's emotions battling for dominion over the control panel by waving them away or physically getting them out of the way to accomplish their purpose. But over time, we begin to see them negotiate for who should be in control.
Joy, there's absolutely no reason for Riley to be happy right now. Let us handle it.
We also begin to see that Riley's emotions are willing to put their authority and role in Riley's mind aside to help Riley.
That's it. Until she gets back, we just do what Joy would do.
And the emotions are beginning to expand their roles and actions as Riley's mind matures. Disgust shows fear, anger is seen being happy, and fear gets a little angry. The emotions are not changing how they behave when they work the console or are focusing any less on their function in Riley's mind. They simply are considering the thoughts and ideas of all of the other emotions and what is best for Riley while making all of their decisions. Riley's mind is evolving to be similar to the minds of her parents. Knowing all of this, when we flash back to Joy in the memory dump, which is pretty much just a giant pit of despair now, I think we can deduce how Joy is beginning to cry. As an emotion within an adolescent mind, Joy has remained over-controlling in Riley's mind and unable to comprehend the true importance of the other emotions, especially sadness. But because Joy is in a hopeless situation and Riley's subconscious was shifting to become more mature, Joy begins to understand how to articulate her turmoil through sadness. After attempting to be happy for so long, in that depressing state, she finally expands her behavior to emulate sadness and cries. This is finally happening to Joy because all of the emotions are learning to accept aspects of the other emotions so they can become better communicators and gain a larger console.
Alright, Anger,
Give us that bump for your dead feet! On our left! On our left!
let's just try not to get all smelly this time.
As Riley grows older and gains more experiences, her mind and emotions are maturing. Although at first each of Riley's emotions focuses on their single function and only possesses behaviors that align with their emotion, as Riley matures, her emotions begin to express aspects of one another so they can better communicate with each other. In a mature mind, all emotions must work together in a healthy way to allow that individual to be the highest functioning person they can be. Thus, when Joy is in a terribly stressful and depressing scenario, she breaks out of her gleeful spirit and is able to express her pain by crying. Fun people, welcome to 2019. I can't wait to see all the wonderful stories that we will get to experience in the coming year. We have Kingdom Hearts 3, How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Lion King, Frozen 2, Star Wars Episode 9, Avengers Endgame, Descendants 3, Toy Story 4, and there's still so many more. Thank you to everyone who watched my videos in the past year. A special thanks to my patrons over on my Patreon who help make my videos as magical as possible, and thank you to you for watching this video. I'd like to say I'm ecstatic for what the year will bring on my channel as I continue to discuss stories and spread magic, and if you have a lot of fun with me here on YouTube, then please click that subscribe button and make sure to go check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Wotso Videos so we can continue the Disney discussions all the time and so you can always be surrounded by this magical community. If you'd like to see more Wotso videos, then check out some awesome pics over here. And as always, have a magical day.